Key points to include in your non-disclosure agreements. First, clearly define the confidential information. Florida courts will generally not enforce vague or overly broad non-disclosure provisions. Therefore, what is confidential information should always be clearly defined. The more narrow and well described your confidential information is, the more likely your NDA is to be enforced. Second, define the time limit of the NDA. Confidentiality agreements should also have a defined duration. In theory, an NDA could exist perpetually, even after the parties are no longer contractually related. If this is the case, the agreement must clearly state so. Remember, in certain situations, an indefinite NDA will be inappropriate and likely unenforceable, so considering a sensible duration under the circumstances is always the best way to go. Third, determine if the parties need to return or destroy the information once the NDA is terminated. If there are any documents, records, digital files, tapes, video recordings, or any other copies of information that should be returned or destroyed, the process for doing so should be clearly laid out within the agreement. In far too many cases, parties only make a vague reference to deleting or destroying information. It's much better for enforceability to be specific. Fourth, include the remedies for breach. Finally, these types of agreements should contain the specific remedies in the event of a breach. In many cases, parties should consider remedies like liquidated damages, which is an agreed upon amount that will be paid when it's difficult or impossible to calculate actual damages. Or even injunctive relief, where a court will order the breaching party to immediately stop its actions. No matter what type of damages you wish to include, monetary or otherwise, it's always better to define the remedies in the most straightforward manner possible and ensure that they are in proportion to the damages that will be sustained by the non-breaching party. An overly harsh remedy is viewed as a penalty clause by the court and may not be legally enforceable. As always, I hope this helps.